Hey guys, what's up? So, Happy New Year. We're ready to get started on this project here and tag you guys along. So I got a few goals for today. Mainly I want to get my oil sandwich plate on to see if that fits. I believe it should. And then I may potentially take the oil pan off today to get that drilled and tapped. I'm gonna weld a bung in there, but I'll show you guys, if you don't have a welder, different ways you can put a bung in there without actually welding something in there. And I also want to get my ECU out today because I've got my NIS tune. So NIS tune is what I'm running on the car, and I'm gonna get somebody to solder the board in. Mainly because I don't really trust myself to solder stuff. I'm not the greatest with that, so don't want to waste, $250 ruining the NIS tune board. So I'll just pay another $100 for someone else to do it professionally. So yeah, I mainly want to get that done today. I also have on my exhaust manifold, there was actually, if you never noticed it yet, there's actually one stud missing because one of the holes is stripped out. So I'm just going to chase the threads with tap, and we'll have that stud in, and then I got to put the rest of the studs into my turbo. And I think those will be the goals for today. I also might build some wood jack stands. I'll show you what I mean there. I highly suggest them if you're going to be working underneath the car a lot. When you're doing a build like this, you probably won't be, mainly just to get the pan off and maybe some intercooler piping, but I mainly want to do it because I'm going to be fixing up some rust there. I have a little spot on my frame rail I want to fix up, so it's just easier to have that much space, but I'll show you when I get to it, what I'm talking about. Okay, so first things first, I guess, really. I'm going to take the oil filter off. I should probably drain the oil first, but I got a catch can down there, it should be alright. And we're gonna see. Oh wow, that's all good. Let's see if this sandwich plate fits. If it doesn't, I'm in a world of hurt. You don't have to run a sandwich plate. You can take out, hopefully you guys can see me, but you can take out your oil pressure sensor and put a T in there, but for whatever reason the Nissan uses BPST threads, so they're really close to MPT, but they aren't quite MPT threads. They're actually wow, there's no oil in that. I expect a lot more than that, but there's actually so it's a pain to find the proper T for this because they're British pipe standard threads or whatever, I think that's what they're called, and MPT is really close but not quite, so don't use MPT on this. You'll strip it out and it just won't be a good time. But I'm gonna get my sandwich plate. I hope my filter, my oversized filter, fits on this because, well, I can obviously run more oil with the oversized filter. I have with my Mishimoto sandwich plate, it comes with two separate things here. So this is the end you screw into your it acts as the oil filter essentially, so I don't know which one I need right now. Comes with two different kinds in case you have different threads or something. I don't know if these are actually the same. It might be different threads on the male end. Okay, no, those are definitely bigger. So yeah, this one, the length of this is kind of worrying me. Thinking I'm not going to be able to run my oversized oil filter, which would suck. So I'll get my sandwich plate here, and I was just checking lengths. But so these have, you can see there's a nice flat side, and then there's a side with an O-ring. Obviously you want the side with the O-ring on the block side. And then you just insert this, fits right in the middle. And that's what sandwiches on there. So I want my lines, I think. Oh, I really want this to be poking up. I think something like this. I could work with that. I can always change it, but. So I'm not going to tighten this right now. I just want to see. Just going to get a hand tight. Hopefully that filter fits. I probably should have checked the threads on the filter too to double make sure. And oh, we might be in luck. Still up against some warriors here, but oh, I think we're good. Oh, that's perfect. And yeah, you can see that gasket seats up there nice. Nice around. Oh, that's perfect. So yeah, I was just worried about all these wires here because it's pretty tight, but it looks like we should be good. It might be a pain when I have the manifold and everything on to change this filter, but I'm not too worried as long as I can have that much extra oil to flow into the engine, especially for going sideways and stuff. That's what you want. So yeah, that's perfect. That fits. That's first thing checked off the list. So the next thing I wanted to get off my list was back here. There's that stud I was talking about. It's actually stripped out, so I'll try and get that done. And yeah, I'll just do a quick time lapse here, me taking this all off, and yeah. Okay, I've got that done. Smacked my elbow there a little bit, but so I've got, you can see like some of these are just screw-in type, so they're not missing, but this one back here was the one that I had troubles with, so I'm going to grab my tap here, and I believe this is the same thread pitch. Here, kind of eyeballing it, but yeah, it looks right. So I guess I could tell this way too. And yeah, that's good. So we'll get some lubricant. So yeah, the problem I'm having is you can see on this where the black spaces in between this, that's how much thread engagement I have, and then it just stops when it should have all of this thread engagement. So I'm thinking there's a piece of stud that broke off in there that I missed. So now I'm gonna attempt to drill it out, which is very scary because, yeah, I don't want to drill into a water jacket, but I'm just too scared to drill into a water jacket there, so I'm just gonna send it. Just gonna send it, and so yeah, I've got my turbo here. Still trying to figure out, just trying to be careful because I have the center section loose, but so my feed side is threaded. I thought it was, actually still kind of looks like it might be M12 by 1.0 thread pitch. I'm going to try it. It's just hard to tell, but thread's in a little bit here, if I can get it. Oh, come on now, I want thread in for it. Okay, there we go. So right there it stops, which tells me it's not the right thread pitch, but I'm just going to send it in a couple threads to see, lightly, so I don't strip it. See if it actually is bad or not. Sometimes threads get caught up, so try it out. And nope, that is not M12 by 1.0. Let's see here. I'm thinking now M12 by 1.25, but it looks so close. Sucks because I've got this kind of janky setup, but I wanted to come off there and go this way. This is my restrictor. You have to have a restrictor. You can run it without one, but I'm running a 1mm restrictor. But you risk, if you don't run a restrictor, you risk blowing your turbo seals, so I just don't want to have that risk. That sucks. That ruins a couple of my plans for today, but that's alright. I'll get, so in the previous episode there I had these punched ready to drill, so I'm going to drill these out. And we'll try to get these holes a bit bigger so I can set that up for my drain. Because as you see in the last episode, this restrictor that I'm not using has almost perfect holes, but of course the drain that I need doesn't, so I'll fix that real quick. Okay, so I got it done. It still looks a little bit janky. Holes aren't perfect, but still have to clean up this surface, but pretty much fits now. I might come back and change this out for the proper one eventually, just for my mental sanity, but if you guys are on a budget and this is similar to the kit you ordered, you can do this. But yeah, you can see, once I get this a little bit tighter here, show you guys right there. You can see the drain hole has lots of clearance there. So now when we go to put on, where is it here? I believe it's this one. I'm going to put this on now. So that'll be there, and then I'll have my hose with my fitting. That'll go on, and yeah, I would say that that's pretty good to go. Oh, here's some shorter bolts I might be able to use actually. But yeah, that's that done. Okay, so I'm going to try to get the oil pan off. You do have to lift up the motor because the sump is right here. So I'm going to try to get it off with just hoisting the motor up. So I'll just get a jack under there and jack it up, and then I'll try to slide the pan out that way. Ideally you would take the transmission out and do it that way or whatever, but we're gonna try this way. I'm sure we can get away with it. I hope we can get away with it. Okay, so I've got these two bolts undone. I'm doing something a little sketchy. Just put a 2x4 on the crank pulley, and I'm going to jack it up that way. 0 to 10, would not recommend, but yeah, it's the only thing I can do right now because I don't have my engine hoist right here. So let's give it a go and see if we get a awesome fail here, or if we're gonna win. Who knows? Let's see. Make sure. Okay, we're loose there. It looks like we might be wieners. I'll just double check on this side to make sure I'm good. Yep. 2x4 looks like it's not gonna fall and crush my fingers. That's good, I guess. I think that should be enough room. I hope that's enough room. So now I'm just gonna drain the oil, and yeah, well, oh, that train is great. We're gonna pull the pan, drill it, and get it ready for some loving. So I thought I was gonna be able to weld my bung in today. This is what I was gonna use. It's just a hydraulic fitting. You can get it at any hardware store, like Princess Auto, maybe Harbor Freight. I was just gonna cut a hole the size of this and then just weld it around here, but I got the wrong size. I thought this was bigger line, but as you can see, those two aren't going to fit inside of each other. So I was just going to run one AN fitting on one end into here. I just bolted this all up too, so gaskets and everything is on. It's tight. Teflon tape around the threads. But yeah, I was just going to run one fitting from here to here, and then I was just going to run this straight into this and then just clamp it. But yeah, I got the wrong size, so I can't do that today. Unfortunately, my shop is like an hour drive every time back home, so that won't be done today. But still have to take the ECU out. I believe all of my parts should be in for like my blow-off valve, my wastegate. I got to put these studs into my injectors, hopefully. These injectors aren't, like, I haven't seen them really proven yet, I guess you could say. So I don't know if they're 100% legit gonna work. It's kind of a trial and error. As far as I know, I've only seen one person use them. Maybe more have. I've been researching injectors for like a month, and I was having such a hard time finding stuff. Like, you can use DSM injectors, but then you need a resistor box, or you can use RX7, I think, injectors. I think they're high impedance, but then you have to do a bunch of other stuff. I think one guy said he had to drill out his rail a little bit. I don't want to do that. But these injectors I have coming, they're for an 03 WRX. As far as I know, they're drop-in. The only thing you have to do is shorten the rail height. So on the fuel rail, these brackets here that it rests on, I believe they just have to be cut off and then shortened, which is really easy, like super easy. So I'll just cut them off, I'll set my injectors up, lay it in there, and then whatever height they sit at is what I'll tack weld these on. It's kind of dangerous because I'm dealing with fuel, but we'll take care of that. And yeah, so essentially I'm just gonna, the rest of this episode I'm just gonna pull out the ECU, and I think that'll pretty much be it. That's all I can do for today. Really hope my parts come in next week, because that's really what's stopping me. So next time I'll have the bung to weld in. We should get a lot more done in the next episode. I'll have the bung to weld in, the proper one. I should have took the line with me, but I will hopefully have this, bolted up. And then I'm going to run my feed line, because that sandwich plate is good, so that's good. Also got to do an oil change, maybe a new filter too, because this is the different motor that came in it. The one in the previous episode I showed a video, but having rod knock, that's when I first picked it up. Just from the abuse it's seen. I'd imagine it was on a gravel road drifting, so I'd imagine it was red line the whole time. But this one's perfectly healthy. It doesn't smoke at all. I haven't checked compression or anything, but I'm just going to send it. And I might build another one of these on the side for some good horsepower. I don't know yet. Still debating a swap or not. We'll see. That's in the future, so I'm not too worried about it right now. But holy, I'm dragging this out. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. Yeah, so next week, hopefully, I have all the parts I need. As far as I know, they should be here next week, guaranteed. But no guarantees, because of the, it's a pandemic. So yeah, let's get this ECU out and we'll deal with that. Yep. Oh wow, that's a weird setup. Okay. Huh. That was easy. Okay, I'll quickly show you guys what I was talking about here. This is, I don't like that at all. It looks like a fire hazard to me. So, let's see here. I don't know if you can see all those wires, but I don't know what any of that is. Actually, let me turn on the flash here. Can I do that? Nope, cannot. That's awesome. So yeah, you can see, like, it goes, I'm thinking it goes all the way back here, but I don't see any exit wires. Maybe they go up into the door panel. I'll have to have a look, but that, don't like that at all. That looks horrible. This carpet's gonna be coming out anyway, because there's probably 830 diseases in that, so we'll just get rid of that. But I don't know why, but I love this interior so much, and I really like this gauge pod setup. Like, I think that's beautiful. Admire that for a minute, and then yeah, that's basically all I wanted to get done today. So I'm gonna have this. Ooh, what is this? I never noticed this before. Huh. You can adjust idle speed through this? What? I did not know that. Huh. That's wild. Okay, well, anyway, you learn something new every day, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna get, like I said, next week should be a bit more eventful. Gonna try to upload again maybe when my parts come in, which I hope by the sounds of it should be Tuesday, so that'll be the 5th of January. And yeah, hopefully we'll get this bolted up next week. We'll have my wastegate on. I still have to find some exhaust pipe. Here's my flange, so I can get my wideband set up. And yeah, once we have all the parts, this will move along pretty quickly. And I'm still going to try to be a little bit in depth with you guys. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll try and answer them. I answer pretty much everyone in the comments. So yeah, hopefully we can get our ECU done next week too. That'd be pretty sweet. And injectors is the big one. That's the main one I'm afraid I'm going to have problems with, but sure we'll figure it out. And yeah, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.